you for calling Pho Saigon. What can I get you today? You like a Guicon? One order? Okay. That's $5. And a duck beer. That's $10. That'll be all for you today. Okay, see you in 20 minutes if you're ready then. Thank you.
You know you don't have to do that accent, right?
What do you mean?
Thank you for calling.
Right, I know it's a joke. I know she's joking around. And she does this a lot, right? Doing the Asian accent stuff. So, I don't know, I guess I'm being a party pooper. And here's the thing, I'm not policing people's words, right? You want to make your jokes, you want to do your thing, it's okay. But I would say this is kind of hypocrisy, okay? Would this white woman have no problem with, let's say, doing black stereotypes, right? I mean, my thing is like, okay, fine, keep it consistent, right? If you want to make jokes about Asian people, cool. Would you have the same energy with black people? Probably not, particularly as a white woman. Probably not. So that's my thing where you see the low-hanging fruit, right? You know that, you know what, Asian people want to make it a big deal, so, you know, you're fine with making the jokes. I mean, like I said, I'm not making a big deal, but I'm more saying about character, right? Personality, the person you are. You think it's funny to do Asian jokes or have an Asian accent, right? The stereotypical Asian accents. You think that's funny, okay. But in the same token, you must think like if you act like a gangster, right? You dress like a typical, stereotypical black person. That should be a joke too, right? I mean, I hope so, because you want to be consistent with your logic. Because if you think perpetuating stereotypes from one group is funny, right? You should think perpetuating stereotypes for any group is also funny. That's consistent in your logic. And if you are, more the power to you, then I'll respect you. But if you are not, where, oh my God, I would never disrespect the black people. Oh, so that's disrespectful to black people. For you to, you know, pretend, right? For you to make a joke with their culture or the stereotypes of their culture. It's you wouldn't disrespect black people. But you don't find it disrespectful if you do it for Asian people. That's the thing where, you know what, for me, it's like, if you had the balls to do it regardless, I give you more respect for that, okay? Then you're being a true comedian, right? I give you respect for that. But if you pick and choose the same type of thing, I have no respect for you, because then that's your character, right? You're just going for the low-hanging fruit, like I said, because you know that Asian people wouldn't call you out for it, so you do it. But you know black people would call you out. So it's that you're not policing yourself, right? You're not really policing yourself. I mean, truly, it's not who you are, right? You're not a person who's respectful of other people's culture. You're just mindful of your image, okay? Because you know what would look bad, okay, if you did that for other culture. But, you know, Asian people would take on the chin. They're like, okay, that's cool, that's funny, okay. Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, it tells you what type of person people are, okay? Because, like I said, I would be more respectful, or I would give her more respect. I still don't like it, because I'm very against this whole perpetuating stereotypes, right? I'm really against it, because it builds a negative image. Do I say Asian people don't sound like that? Probably some, right? Broken English, yeah. But in general, Asian people don't perpetuate that on social media because they don't want that image to be pushing out, right? It's a bad look on the Asian community. So you don't see that often on social media, in media, because it looks bad on our public image. So I would call out still a white woman doing that. So that's my thing, but I'm saying more, I would have a little bit more respect for you if you were consistent with your jokes. But you're not. You went for the low-hanging fruit. Because you know one group would not call you out for it, and you know the other group would. So you're not the person who respects the group because, oh, I would not disrespect. No, you would. You would disrespect people if they allowed it. Instead of that being your personality, your character, your morals, that I wouldn't do that regardless. I don't care if you allow it or not. Yeah.
To the Asians that are still bending over backwards for white acceptance, what has it gotten you? You guys got rid of affirmative action, and now we are not getting into top universities at the same rate that we used to.
I don't know why a lot of minorities hate white people. Just kidding, I do. It's because they're insecure. But Asian American students increased at Harvard after they got rid of affirmative action.
Our elders were getting beat up in the streets during COVID. Did you having a white husband stop that from happening?
These 3 men behind me were arrested for 70 hate crimes against Asians during COVID-19. If we're being honest, the people doing hate crimes against Asians were not white people. They were not the ones going down the street and targeting Asians. If that was the case, it would have been a far larger story. All of the attackers you can find are pretty much black or Hispanic, and that's just the sad reality. But it's minorities against the white man, but minorities don't like each other. Many Asians don't like black people. Many black people are racist against Asians, clearly, by these hate crime statistics. But you know who's actually not racist? Well, white people. They're the least racist group in America, and it's proven by statistics. In fact, this woman complained about how they're now putting strawberry in matcha tea, and how that's destroying Asian culture. You move to America. Americans may like strawberry in their tea, white Americans. How is it so bad to conform to create something new? Just like American Chinese food was created and created something new. that now in China they're eating Americanized Chinese food. And the same thing could happen with this strawberry matcha. Not that white people need my defending. I mean, if you look at the internet right now, I mean, I think a lot of them are defending themselves. But I still find this types of videos ridiculous. This has 800,000 likes, full of people just yapping about nothing, you know?
Who needs a man? Oh, I don't need no damn man. Can you please help me?
Now, do I look like a bear and get one to help you out?
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Ooh, no. You're too tall and heavy for me. I need my woman 5'6" or shorter. So, what do you do for a living?
I'm a manager at Walmart.
Oh no, that ain't gonna work. I want my woman making 150 plus. All right.
Do you mind buying this for me, baby?
I would, but I'm financially celibate right now, saving my money for marriage. Sorry.
Wow.
Be attacked by your own species, so I'd rather feel the claw of a bear rake through flesh than a man's hand carving the innocence from this body. At least the only thing a bear can carve from this body is blood.
I'd rather a bear's teeth rip through flesh than a man steal the voice from my body, pry my words from my tongue.
At least the only thing a bear can steal from this body is blood. I'd rather a bear dismember this body unrecognizable than a man destroy my self-image until I only identify with victim. At least the only thing a bear can destroy is your
Let the bear have them. I'm tired. It's like, this is the thing where I never discount that, yes, terrible things do happen to women, but here's the thing, terrible things happen to everyone. Terrible things happen to everyone. There's not a group on this earth, right? Not a group on this earth. Man, woman, a black person, black people, white people, Asian people. There's not a single group of people that don't have bad things happen to them, right? You name it. You name a bad thing, every group have pretty much experienced it. Women make it out like they're the only group to suffer anything. Okay. And here's the thing, I want to break this misconception, right? Because there's always a misconception, in my opinion, that men are so dangerous. It's like so dangerous. Look at this. Like in the West, right? Violence, abuse, crime against women and stuff like that has drastically dropped, right? You can read it, right? You can find studies, you can find statistics, you can find whatever. It's like with how much hate women pour out into the stratosphere, into the ether. You see, it makes it seem like things are at all-time highs, right? And see, things like this, right? Because of viral videos, catchy headlines, the algorithm boosting anger and negativity, we make it seem like, oh my God, men are so evil, men are so evil, men are so dangerous. It's like happening so much. It's like new record highs, but it isn't. But it's like, this is the danger of social media, and honestly, the danger of women pumping out this propaganda that men are evil, women are suffering. Okay, now maybe other countries, probably, right? Because they haven't changed or whatever. But again, it's like, these aren't women from other countries. These are women in the West. This is tiring. It really is. Let the bear have them, right? Let the bear have, if they're fine with being killed by a bear, or because they're scared of men, just let it, because this is tiring. This is also why, right? If you ever watch my content, I don't promote hate, right? I don't promote hate. I promote just stop yelling at them. Hold them accountable to their words and actions. Hold women accountable to their words and actions. And not about hate. Leave them alone. I wish, if I can wave a magic wand, I wish all men in the West would stop approaching all women in the West. They don't want men. They absolutely, insanely hate men. So fine. Okay. I wish it was like 100% of women, but like there was a Goldman Sachs study, right? They said about 45% of women will be single and childless by, 2030. I wish it was 100. I wish it was 100, because so men are just stop dealing with Western women, right? Because videos like that gets millions of likes, hundreds of thousands of comments, women supporting, women cheering, women agreeing. So okay, right? Okay, yes, men are dangerous then. Fine, have the bear. But I mean, again, there will be some men who don't care. They will still approach women, still, hate on women in the West, still, perpetuate the, women's fighting, whatever. But, it is tiring. And I show this, not because I hate, it's like, I'm tired, right? This is the constant propaganda. We constantly complain about men, men saying shit about women, but shit like this is mainstream. Shit like this is more mainstream than what men say. So, I think women are the ones who push out more propaganda.
Yay! Turns out her birthday isn't just about her.
Yay! Your turn to blow up your sister's candles.
In this house, it's everyone's birthday.
Yay!
This right here is soft parenting. This is soft parenting. When you care so much about everyone's emotion, you won't be able to help neglecting someone's emotion. Okay? This is the problem when honestly, when it's a female-led family, right, you care about everyone's emotion. Everyone's emotion needs to be heard. Everyone's emotion needs to be felt. But then you are going to neglect someone. You're going to, like, something like this is a clear example, right? Everyone's emotion needs to be heard or cared about. But then you are neglecting the person that you should be focusing on, right? I think this is very female-centric, where you don't realize that, you know, people want to feel special. When you share it with everyone, no one feels special, right? Because you want to try to make everyone feel special, you are going to make someone not feel special. And so this is the result of soft parenting, where, again, it's in my opinion, right? I get the emotions, I get the feeling behind it, but the logic is not there, because again, it's her birthday, right? It's her birthday. She wants to feel special, particularly for kids. They want to feel special. They want to feel important. But now you want to make everyone feel important. In turn, you're making the first daughter feel less important, or the one that's her birthday, make her feel less important. And this is the soft parenting. This is the parenting where, you know, oh, I want empathy, sympathy, all that shit. It's like, again, this is the illogicalness of it, right? Where you're showing how you don't care, right? You show how you care, in fact, that you don't care. So it's very contradictory. It's very illogical. It's very hypocritical. It's just, yeah. And this is why women's emotions, women's leadership needs to be in check. I mean, what do you think?
This is the shocking moment a man tries to kidnap a teenager in broad daylight. The 19-year-old girl was waiting for friends outside Liverpool Lime Street station when 25-year-old Osman Molam approached her, said something she didn't understand, and suddenly grabbed her arm. He began pulling her away, ignoring her screams, even as she stumbled backwards onto the steps, but he kept dragging, smirking, as terrified passers-by watched. That's when an elderly couple stepped in, threatening to call the police. Yet unbelievably, Molam didn't stop. Even after the teenager broke free, he followed her inside the station. Security immediately alerted British Transport Police, and this is the moment officers caught up with him and arrested him as he waited for a train.
Okay, and I've been witnesses, okay? So this moment in time, you're under arrest for common assault, okay? You don't have to say anything, but it may harm his offence if you don't mention when questioned something.
In court, Molam showed no remorse, despite crystal clear CCTV footage. He was found guilty of attempted kidnap. He's been jailed for 27 months.
You know, I think this may be controversial, but I think in the West, we are too soft on crime. Now, yes, we incarcerate people for a long time and for stupid things, but I don't think that's how we should be doing it, right? Why is he getting caned, right? Why is he not getting caned? The man should be getting caned, 100 lashes, whatever. I'm sorry, right? And for, I don't know, criminals that mess with children, right? They should be chemically, if not physically, castrated. Physically castrated. Like, people that kill others, they should be done. They should be done, right? They should be gone themselves. We should not be wasting taxpayers' money to, incarcerate these people for ages. No, people like these, the worst of the criminals, they can't be rehabilitated, in my opinion, or they shouldn't be. Doesn't matter. Who needs them back in the world? Yeah, I think we're just too soft on crime, because there's no deterrent. If you're smiling, you're laughing, because he would not do that, or he would be scared to do it back in his country, because you would get beaten, right? Well, maybe not him particularly, but there are countries that are less developed, but they will beat the shit out of you. They will physically punish you, and to scare you more. I don't know. I think sometimes, like, we are too civilized for our own good, for certain things, right? For certain things, I mean, of course, but it's just like, we are not deterring criminals, right? Because criminals have nothing to be scared about. Okay, you know what? I get caught. Boom. I'm in there for a few years. Go back out, do it again. Or, you know what? I get caught and I live, a life on taxpayer dime. I'm not saying it's a great life, but again, they probably weren't living the best life outside of prison. So that's why they're doing crime. So I don't know. I think we're too soft on crime. We are, right? And we incarcerate people needlessly and stupidly, and sometimes for a long time. But like, these people need physical punishments.
How do you cook?
How do I cook? I don't cook.
That's a problem.
No. Is it though? It's not a problem for me.
I'm a big supporter in that all men should just stop approaching. That we should ignore the mixed signals, because there's videos of women saying, "Where are the men at? Why are men stop approaching?" There are videos like that, but it don't matter, right? It don't matter. I think because I see it, less and less men are approaching, and I believe that's a good thing, because in general, how the dating scene is, you can never tell if a woman is into you or not. You can't. So approaching is both dangerous, could be dangerous for men and women, because you can be labeled a creep and all that stuff. So really, it's just better off that all men should stop approaching, and then we change the dating landscape to if women should be the ones to only approach men, plain and simple. So that'd be like, let's put the ball in women's court. If they are interested, want someone, well, they need to put that effort in, because things like that, I feel for them, right? Like her putting her hand over her drink and saying the things, she's probably creeped out, which, yes, I can see that. So, I mean, and the guy sounds like he's maybe older, so, but this is the thing where I said men of all ages, all brackets, all groups should just stop approaching. Because here, I see the change in the landscape, right? Like I said, less men are approaching, so you get videos of women saying they're not being approached anymore, or that where are the men at, or because women are saying this, there are women, so that's why I said there's mixed signals in that, and honestly, I think that's a good thing, right? I think that's a good thing because that's what you wanted. You see changes in that. This is the thing where I would say women always wonder why certain things are how it is. I'm sorry. It's a good thing, right? 50-50 dates, coffee dates, everything you see, right, that women are complaining about. It's a good thing because women wanted these changes. Women wanted equality, which is great. I'm a big supporter of equality. You wanted equality. You wanted things to, be safer. You wanted certain things, and I see the change in the landscape. This is a thing where women can't realize, where being a gentleman, no, don't be it. Don't interact with women. Let women do it. That's what I'm big for. This is the thing where women are saying like the whole, men are sassy and stuff. No, it's not men are sassy. It's just that, what? You need to show the effort. Men already will show effort. Men will already be interested. You just don't know if a woman is interested. So it's better off that she shows the effort to show you that she's interested. That's the thing where, and I think it's better. So things like this would disappear, right? In my opinion. I mean, nothing's ever going to be 100%, right? But honestly, I see that direction. Men are staying away, right? Because less men are participating in the dating scene. And it is a good thing, right? More men are just either jumping onto online dating or staying out of the dating scene, or, getting out of Western culture dating scene, which is, that is fine. So, yeah. So I saw this interesting thing. I don't know if it's true, but it sounds like it, right? China just flipped divorce law on its head. Wives reportedly can no longer claim their husband's property after a split. If the house is in his name, it stays his, no matter how long they were married or what she contributed. Okay. So China's latest legal shift has sent shockwaves through the nation's court and households alike. A new ruling reportedly redefines property rights after divorce, stating the wives can no longer claim assets under their husband's name, even if they contribute to the marriage financially or domestically. The decision marks a significant departure from traditional shared property assumptions, igniting fierce debate over gender equality and legal fairness. For many women, this change could mean walking away from a marriage with little to no financial security. Why should you have financial security if you walk away? I never got to understand that. Why? Right? However your life was during the marriage, that was because of the marriage. So to think that you should live the same life or whatever after the marriage, I think that's ridiculous. I honestly think that's honestly stupid in my opinion. Right? If you weren't able to work, or you didn't work during the marriage, just because the marriage allowed it. If you didn't have that marriage, you would have to work. Despite years of shared life and effort, critics say it risks reinforcing financial dependency and inequality, while supporters argue it clarifies ownership and discourages unfair claims. Either the ruling underscores growing cultural tensions. No one talks about his dependency on her, right? So if you have a divorce, you're both taking away that dependency. You're both taking away that dependency. What if he depended on her on the domestic work, the child care? Well, you're taking that away from him. So it shouldn't be a complaint that you're taking away her financial dependency. It's usually pretty equal, right? So particularly 70%, I don't know about China's rate, but here in America, which I'm saying, I think this should be pushed over in America, which is crazy. China has a law that America, China has what seems to be a good law, yet America doesn't. But in America, 70% of divorces are filed by women. So I can never understand that if you choose to leave a marriage that you also choose to get into, why would you benefit from leaving, right? Why would you benefit? Why would you get the, let's say you have financial dependency, right? You didn't have to work. Well, I'm sorry, that was a choice you made, right? Even like the years of no work history, I'm sorry, that's a choice you choose to make. No one forced you to do that. Or I don't think no one forces you to quit your job, right? No one forces you to quit your job, or no one forces you to, be a stay-at-home mom. So you chose to do that. So now after it, well, you got to suffer the results of it. Because you chose to leave the marriage, and now because of the financial system or the court system, now you've been paid to continue. That's something where I think the courts, our American court system, our Western court system, is not making it fair enough for both parties. Right? It should be fair. Okay. No, I mean the split of divisions, but anything that he bought before, which I think also would promote men to get established, right? Be established before he gets married. I think that also would promote that. More men would buy their homes already and all that stuff before the marriage. Be an established man before marriage. So I don't know. I think that would be amazing. That plus fault divorced, right? Plus 50-50 custody, automatic 50-50 custody, no child support. Like I said, you don't get no need for prenup. You don't get no access to anything under his name. There'll be fault divorce. And automatic 50-50 custody, no child support. I think men will change their minds about marriage.
If you make more money than the average person, then you should use that wealth to help people that don't make as much money as you. Because really, what are you using all of that money for? Because you can have generational wealth, but you can't create generational wealth if only one generation is cooking. Generational wealth is supposed to be generations that get to receive abundance because we all work together. So if we aren't sharing and being considerate, then that's, kind of why we're in the predicaments we're in.
I really hate shit like this because why are so many people offering up other people's money? Like, you are not entitled to my paycheck. You did not work for that paycheck. So why is it that now I have extra money, now I have to give it to you? I have to give it to somebody who needs it. Everybody takes stepping stones to get where they are. Yes, some people are handed their money, but some people actually work for their money. And now that money is my money. If you want money, work for it, period. Another thing, she's talking about generational wealth and any extra coin that we have, that we could give it to somebody else to help them build generational wealth. First of all, I'm not going to help nobody else's family build generational wealth except for mine. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to work hard for your family and get them to where they have generational wealth. I do the hard work and now have to help the people who are lazy. That makes no fucking sense to me. It's just so crazy to me that there are so many people out here with the mindset that they're entitled to the hard working class's money.
And this is the thing. This is the stupidity and laziness of people. One, generational wealth means your own generation. You're not helping other people's generation. You're not helping other people's family, their grandchildren, their children. This is the thing where you need to stop being lazy and expectant and entitled and, like, honestly, looking for others for handouts. Okay, I believe. Now, here's the thing, right? Maybe you could have a certain point of view during a certain time in history. Okay, but I believe in today's generation, in the last couple of decades, you could have done it yourself, right? With this phone, right? We can all gain the wisdom, right? The knowledge to create generational wealth. I don't make much, but I've gained the knowledge and in turn created the wealth to be on my path, right? Be on my path to create generational wealth. And that's through my own hard work, right? Through working hard and working smart. Thanks to learning, right? Taking the effort to learn, I learned to save, budget, and invest. I didn't need no one to give me a handout to learn that, to do that. And this is the problem with people like this. Oh, give me money so I don't need to do nothing. That's the thing. It's like giving you money does you what, okay? Now you have money. Now you're going to do what? You're going to spend it. You're going to use it. You're not going to save it. You're not going to budget it. You're not going to invest it. You are going to use it. And then you're going to come back, oh, I used that money already. Please give me more. Instead of, you know what? How about gaining that knowledge, right? So you can create it yourself and continue to create yourself. This is, what is that proverb or whatever. Like, if you give a man a fish, Oh yeah, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for life. Literally that. Learn, please. The wisdom is out there, the knowledge is out there. Stop being lazy.
Wait for my friend to realize I flew to London for 24 hours to watch the marathon. Wait, what?
I saw a video of a woman who was running in a marathon, and when she looked over, she notices a friend of hers flew in from London to watch her finish. The friend flew in for like 24 hours. And she sees the friend and she immediately starts bawling. She's like crying and running. And you can tell she's like overjoyed that her friend would do such a thing. I think sometimes when men are questioning why women are choosing to be single.
Hey, stop here. Stop. What did men do again? How are we involved in people running? And a friend going to support a friend. What did men do again? How is...
What the fuck, man? Yeah, what are you bringing me into?
That woman who was talking, right? Her platform is hating on men, right? This is the thing where plenty of women, this is the thing where it's not just holding men accountable, which I agree with, right? If you're holding people accountable, fine. If your content is about holding people accountable, cool. The problem a lot of times, it's not holding people accountable, it's just purely hating on people. But what man are you holding accountable? Literally, I saw no man in that video. That's the thing where people don't realize, oh no, you're hating on women. Really? Because I show you the women I'm talking about, right? I show you the situation. What man is that woman holding accountable, right? And a lot of these women are not holding any man accountable. They're just purely man bashing. And that's their whole account. Just to say negative things about men and pretty much make all men in a negative outlook, right? And which is kind of funny because a lot of these women are married or have in relationship with men while they paint a negative image of pretty much all men. And again, I said this where a lot of women are pretty much gaining internet popularity, gaining followers thanks to a platform of just purely hating on men, because women find that relatable. Women agree with it. Women will follow it, and also you get popular by you rage baiting, getting the men to be angry about it. So it is in my opinion, a very profitable way to gain some traction online. And yeah, you see this a lot.
She got offended, but I don't care 'cause I don't give a fuck. I pull up on his bitch on accident, and I slid her up. She looked up at me and then said, Captain, can you roll this up? I looked down at her and said,
This is why I believe human beings are stupid, right? I believe human beings are stupid. But this is also why when sometimes you think you hear something online and you read something or whatever, right? You think it can't be true, it's a skit. You have to I always put a caveat that nothing is original, right? The craziest things you could hear, there's someone doing it, right? There's someone who's done it or is doing it. We human beings are absolutely the weirdest thing on this planet, right? We're the weirdest thing, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense with the things we do. And so that's why I always put a caveat that, yeah, this may be a skit, but again, it's happening somewhere. Because we are stupid. We are weird. We are very weird. So, I don't know. Just like all the times you hear, the Tide Pod challenge, right? Kids or even adults eating Tide Pods, the train surfing things. I mean, like the setting yourself on fire. Like, we are so stupid and weird. We are. And sometimes this is why I do like learning and understanding the human mind, because we are stupidly, fascinatingly weird, right? To understand why people do the certain things they do. And I get it. Clout, right? I get it, clout, and I get it that we think something is cool or something is edgy, something that will be captivating. Again, it's all clout. So I get the reasoning. I just like, for money, for sex, for whatever, for clout, we do a lot of stupid shit. And like, this is sad. It's really sad.
Why do women still go out with guys when you consider the fact that there is no greater threat to women than men? We're the #1 threat to women. Globally and historically, we're the #1 cause of injury and mayhem to women. We're the worst thing that ever happens to them. That's true. You know what our #1 threat is? Heart disease. That's the whole thing. That's it. Just our own heart going, dude, you can't keep doing this. I told you 3 strokes ago that this is not smart. But women still, yeah, I'll go out with you alone at night. What are you, nuts? I'll get in your car with you with my little shoulders high. Where are we going? To your death, statistically. They still do it.
You know, I really hate stupid pandering men. I really do, because they're so disingenuous. And honestly, a lot of these men that pander and are stupid, it's because they're trying to deflect. So here's Louis C.K. saying absolutely idiotic thing, when in actuality he is the one man, right? Not men. He's the one man that is dangerous to women, right? Because of his, you know, his questionable, you know, actions towards women. But here's the thing, right? What he said: men are the most dangerous thing to women. All right. So Google is the thing, right? So I just like type it. Is it okay? Let's see. I mean, Google is very, whatever. Okay. So what is the most dangerous thing to women? You can read. Men are not even in the top 10 of the leading cause of death in women. Right? Men are not even in the top 10. Most dangerous is heart disease. So what men are, he said, what men are experiencing, women are too. Right? Cancer, accidental, unintentional deaths. This is why I'm tired of panderers. Okay? Particularly when you listen to these panderers and you look into their lives, they themselves are the ones that are the most dangerous, right, to women. Like, what is it? I don't know if you guys know it, but I think it was pretty big a while back. Derek Jackson saying that women are queens, women are, men don't deserve you, all this shit. But to only find out that he was cheating on his wife. And I can name plenty of others. I know there was another guy. I forgot his name, right? His whole content is pandering to women, putting down men, and only to find out that he did abusive or terrible things to young women. So again, this is why men, right, do not like other men like this. Because we all know that these men are panderers. These men are fakes. These men are liars, right? This is a thing where, women always say, how do you, men lie, how do you, how do you know, you're not dealing with a liar? Because it's not logical, right? It's not logical. When, in my personal opinion, right, the men that lie are the type of men that will say things to make you feel good, to make it sound good to you, right? Oh man, I want to provide for you. I want to take care of you. I want to give you the world. Or bitch, are you really? Right, really? Or do you? It's more logical that I want to treat you good, right? I want to show respect to you. I want to be an equal, right? I want you to be an equal. I want you. It's like you can tell where there are men that will go about things to make it sound good to you, but in fact they are panderers. They are liars. They have a facade, a mask. And this is how women always fall for shitty men, because they love the lies. So again, what he said is not true. It's idiotic.
Remember the guy in New York that gave neck to a homeless dude because he didn't have any money? Yeah, I'm about to give y'all an update because some misinformation. If you guys remember, Muhammad was on the subway begging for money. The 27-year-old man didn't have no money for him. So Muhammad grabbed his head and made bruh, all the way through, by the way, if you get what I'm saying. Here's the misinformation. Muhammad had no weapons on him. He did not, beat him up or nothing. He basically grabbed him up and said, do it. Now, Muhammad was arrested and charged with R-wording in the first degree. Problem is, people on social media are saying that we are being insensitive because everyone's questioning why didn't the 27-year-old man, throw fade? Like, people are saying, why does everyone think fight or flight is the only option? Some people just freeze up. Again, completion. So it's like, to freeze up, I would assume you don't, again, I hope Muhammad is punished to the fullest extent of the law. But again, as a grown man myself, it's not going down like that, bro. Me and bro fighting on the subway. Me and bro is fighting on the subway. I just don't understand how you guys want me to, fully able-bodied, nothing wrong with him, guy had no weapon. I just don't. The story just seems very, very...
This is why I'm tired of this shit. The whole, no victim blaming shit. I'm really tired of that. It's part of in my personal opinion, it's part of the whole participation award shit. It's like, I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying you deserve whatever happens to you, but I'm saying that you have a hand in what's happening to you, okay? Here's a grown man not putting up any resistance, literally, he said it, completion. I don't know, I always, which I would never wish it upon anyone, let alone myself. If I was ever in prison, I would have to, I wouldn't survive, right? I'm gonna say that. I'm no tough guy, I'm no thug. But something's gonna be bitten off, or I'm gonna get killed. It's just how it is. Because, again, you literally have a hand in what's happening to you. Like I said, it wasn't a gun. It was I saw a comment in his comment section said that some people can be afraid of getting into a fight. Well, could you not run? Could you not run away? Look at the man. He's not going to chase you down, right? He's not going to outrun you. This is the thing why I hate this mindset that we want to take away 100% accountability from a victim. I get it, right? Victim. It's like, oh, you want to give them so much sympathy, so much empathy. But literally, that honestly, you're giving them an excuse. You are taking away any responsibility they may have to the situation they may have in their life where, it's not their fault whatsoever. But come on. And again, personal belief. And I believe a lot of victim cases, you had a hand in what happened to you. Or, again, you don't stop it, what happened to you, right? So, this is a thing where I find it, because like a little while back, when women were talking about the man versus bear thing, I've heard women say, I'd rather get killed by a bear than have those bad things done to me by a man. So, why wouldn't you have a hand, right? You would rather die by a bear. So, fight, even if you die by the hands of a man. I mean, look, this is the thing where I don't get it's the rhetoric, it's the mindset, okay? That's where I'm coming from. We need to really promote that you should have accountability for what's going on in your life, in my opinion. So I think that was crazy. And I never even heard that story, so I don't know.
If you're white, you will not be able to relate, but I am tired of watching shows because it's all white people. I'm literally scrolling through like TV shows, movies, this, and it's all white. It's all white people. Do you know what it feels like to want to watch something and just see just a little bit? I was watching, what did I just start watching? And the only reason why I clicked on it was I'm watching 3 Women. Only reason why I clicked on it is because there was in the 3 women is 2 white women. Of course, you can't have 2 black women. That's too much for the society. So it's 2 white women and 1 black woman. And it's talking about like their story. I'm literally fast forwarding to the black woman's story because I am so sick and tired. It's quite literally exhausting. It's annoying. It's exhausting. I'm bored.
You know, it's tiring where black people and white people don't ever think that they are exactly the same type of people, right? They're just on different sides of the coin. Because here's the thing, right? How would I say that white people could understand? Because white people can say that, wow, I see so many black people in the movies, so many black people on TV, so many black people in commercials, so many black people here, so you know what? I'm fatigued. I see some black people everywhere. I find it's like, and this is the thing where you also hear black people say, oh, white people can't stop talking about us. Black people can't stop talking about white people. I mean, on social media, right? I don't think a day doesn't go by where a black person isn't talking about a white person. You people think exactly the same. And that's the hypocrisy where, because you guys can't get along, you guys can't unify, you don't see that you guys are exactly the same, right? You guys think exactly the same. You guys say exactly the same thing, right? The whole thing, black fatigue, it's literally, she's saying the same thing with white people. And it's like, I'm like, get over it, right? It's either, you guys go have a civil war or get over it. I mean, like, this is tiring. When I was growing up in like the 80s, the 90s, every time I'm watching something, I'm not thinking, where's the Asian people in here, right? Where's Asian people in this? I'm not thinking about that because I don't give a shit, right? If this is enjoyable, it's enjoyable. And it's like, seriously, you want to watch, you can watch. This is the thing where, because you're seeking, right? You're seeking issues. This is the victimhood I hate, right? This is the victimhood I'm tired about. You are trying to find issues to talk about. Because God forbid, we have Netflix, we have so many things, we have YouTube, we have so many things where, you know what, if you want to see only a particular group of people, you can. But like people like this, they're seeking, right, to find outrage. Because here's the thing, right? We live in a predominantly white country. It's amazing to me that only in the US, where it's the minority, wishing that, you know what, they can see them as the majority. Imagine this, right? Imagine a white person going to Africa, and like everything he sees around him, TV, everything, he's like, God, there's so many black people here. There's so many black people here. I wish that, you know what, I wish when I turn on the TV, I wish I walk outside and I'm seeing like this. What would you say to that person? Go back to your country, go back to a white country, right? A black person would say that shit. So no different than what a white person would say. It's like, you people do not understand. You say the exact rhetoric to the same people you hate. You know, you say the same talking points that white people say. White people say the same talking points that black people say. You're just changing up the race. And this is the problem. I wish more people, when they say certain things out of their mouth, how about try to apply that to different scenarios, right? So everything she said in her mouth, coming out of her mouth, how about switch it and switch it up, right? Switch it up and think, well, how would you feel if a white person came online and said exactly the same thing, but just say black people? I see black people everywhere. Exactly the same thing you said. Would you not call that racist? Would you not call that racist? Would you not call that out? I mean, like, I don't understand how people really don't think about the things they're saying. Because when I see so many content by black people, by white people, you guys exactly say the same thing. Stop hating on each other. It's tiring.
I would say, like, I don't know, you're alluding to, like, essay, right? That's what you were alluding to.
You're alluding to essay.
Sure, yeah, I would say, like, women can take certain preventative measures to protect themselves. Obviously, a woman should never be essayed. That's a terrible crime. Right. Absolutely. But there are certain things, like, you can do to protect yourself. Like, for example, don't go get, like, shit-faced blasted at a frat party. Like, you should be essayed in that circumstance, but, like, prevent something like that from happening.
But why should you have to?
I can.
Look,
No, I agree.
I'm not saying.
I
Hold on,
think
just to be
you're
clear.
right.
Just to be clear, I'm not saying a woman should not be essayed under any circumstance. But I'm saying like. The reality is that these crimes do occur. They're fucking disgusting. If I were to witness it, I'd want to like kill the guy or whatever. I'd want to beat him up. You know, whatever. You might, Brian, you're a little flat. Come on, what are you gonna do? But like, if I saw this, I would absolutely go berserk. It's a despicable fucking crime. They should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But like, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't live in fantasy land and just be like, you know what, just go get totally shit-faced drunk at a frat house. I would be like, no, don't do that.
Well,
I think you're totally right.
Question: what frat houses here?
Yes.
It's
like a sorority for men.
Yeah, it's a Greek thing actually.
Oh, so are you saying that frat? Are they dangerous people?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I'm not making stuff like.
I'm not like. No, I think you're right. But I also think that both things can be true at the same time. That I think we can.
Yes,
I think women can protect themselves, and I also think that men can be taught to not.
Totally.
Like I don't want you to think that what I was saying was that women shouldn't take measures to protect themselves, because I definitely do.
Right.
I want to talk about this because I've gotten heat before saying that women should take accountability for their actions, for the situations that they put themselves in or they find themselves in. Here's the thing where, at least I want to talk about what she said, the ending where two things can be true at once. That's true, but what she said was not true. Men are not taught that SA is okay. Who teaches men that? Who teaches men that? I mean, predominantly, men are raised by women. Predominantly, it's female educators. Who's teaching men that? Other men are not that active in their children's lives, right? Don't women say that? Men are not being taught that. This is the thing where a lot of women don't realize the world isn't kind. We don't live in a utopia. If they're good people, there will always be bad people. Always. At least in human history, I've not seen the difference. I've not seen the opposite of that. There will always be bad people. Men are not taught that, but some men don't give a shit. That's the thing. Men are taught not to treat women like that. Men are taught not to be like that. Because there's laws to it. There's code of conduct. Men are taught not to be that. But again, bad people don't give a shit. We are taught not to steal. We still do it. We are taught not to commit crime, but we still do it. We are taught not to kill, and we still do it. That's the problem with a lot of women, where they don't understand. No one is blaming women or victim blaming. But what people are doing is that, you know what? You need to wake up, not live in a delusion, not live in a fairy tale. The world isn't kind. The world isn't a utopia. You have a hand in your actions. You're going outside dressing like that, like the other girl, doesn't mean that she deserves it. But it does mean that she may put herself into the situation where she's alerting criminals. She's alerting people, men, that don't give a shit. That's something that women gotta realize. You get shit-faced drunk at a party, out at the club, late at night, walking around. You are alerting criminals. You are alerting terrible people. Okay? You are drawing, right, terrible people. Just like if I wear a whole lot of diamonds, jewelry, golds, and I walk into a terrible ass neighborhood, I'm alerting, right? Notice me. I'm alerting criminals to notice me. I'm wearing like a crazy ass amount of jewelry, like stacks of money in my pocket, right? And I'm walking in late at night into a badass neighborhood where I can hear gunshots, where I can, see, sketchy people around. I'm alerting people of that. And that's the problem where a lot of women don't see. It's not that I deserve to be robbed or mugged. Okay? It's that you are putting yourself into bad situations. So you are a part of, not the cause, or not the, you don't deserve it, but you are part of the outcomes you get.
I soaked up the knowledge. This house run them so much, I picked up on a lot of things, like I learned how to change a tire.
First of all, your friend's brother probably thought of you as his little brother's friend, not his actual friend. And if he did, that's strange, because a 21-year-old being friends with a 14-year-old is crazy work. Number two is that you shouldn't have been hanging around no 21-year-old when you was 14.
I'm not gonna say nothing too crazy, but respectfully, bro, shut the fuck up. Because I could tell you blame for the other side. And I wouldn't expect you to understand a genuine masculine experience. Because if you grew up doing physical activities, you wouldn't find shit like this weird. Because when I was like 17, that's when I decided to fully lock into the gym. The people I was working out with, they were like 24, 25. And me working out with them, they were able to push me to new PRs. And I was able to have any type of conversation with these guys because they always set me straight. And I don't know if it's a traumatic experience that you've been through, but I'm not going to let you project that shit onto me. Me and my homie brother, we cool till this day. Whenever I need advice about something, he's one of the first people I hit up. And if you find it weird that him and his friends, they took me under their wing and put me steps ahead of a lot of my peers, I guess I'm part of the weirdos then.
Here's the thing where we have created a society where everyone is so traumatic. Everyone is so... It's like we view everyone as a monolith. And we view everyone as bad. Women view men as bad. White people view black people as bad. Black people view white people as bad. Some people view adults as bad. Some people view children as bad, or teenagers as bad. It's like, this is the thing where we are way too mentally unstable, mentally sick, mentally traumatized. And it's statistically, right? All these things that, how women hate on men, white people hate on black people hate on white people, the adult and teenager friendship, whatever. they use the minorities, right? The statistically minorities, right? The people who are terrible, which there are plenty of terrible people out there, but they use that to blanket all, right? So like women say, oh, men are dangerous. Statistically, men aren't. Statistically, men aren't. Then saying, you know, adults, it would be creepy if adults are friends with children. Statistically, you know, that's not true, okay? But I mean, I don't disagree that there can be cases. Being cautious is a good thing. Having parents active in your children's lives is a good thing. It helps prevent that, because parents should know who the friends of their kids are. But again, we always think about on surface level, oh, it's creepy, it's that. You know, I think we look at everything so negative, and I get it. I don't take away from it, but it's like we are heading towards a world where we're way too cynical. We're way too mistrusting. We're way too hateful towards each other, and I don't think that's a good idea. In this case, right? Let's talk about this case in particular. Is like, I think we neglect what types of friendships are. I mean, there's boundaries, right? Even if you are same age as a person, you can cross certain boundaries where it makes it creepy and weird. So it doesn't necessarily make it all because of the age difference. Okay, even the age difference, if they cross a certain boundary, then it's weird. But being a mentor, helping someone out, you hang someone out, you guide them. Okay, because here's the thing: a lot of us, we share same hobbies. Watching a movie, kids love movies. Or for men in particular, loving games, loving geeky hobbies. A lot of men share same hobbies with kids. It's just how it is, right? A lot of men are very nostalgic in nature, okay? And they love this kind of same activities that a lot of kids do. Sports, kids love sports. You know, cars, some kids love cars, right? So it's not the craziest thing where we share same passion, same activities. Plus, I honestly think that if a lot of kids don't have good fathers, it is beneficial for particularly boys to have mentors, friends, say, where they can guide them. Yes, I get it. There are situations where, you know, bad shit can happen. I agree, but to think that every situation will be a bad thing, I think it's a detriment for the kid, because a lot of these kids need mentors, need guidance. Okay, so, and like you said, it helped them out. I think it could help out a lot of kids. You know, there's a common argument, right? When we talk about racism, a common counter argument. People bring up black on black crimes. Why? It's like, oh, people constantly bring up black on black crimes. What about white and white? What about this and this? Here's the thing why people bring it up and why people here see the insanity of it. So if it's not a white person killing a black person, I mean, that's the only time you care. Okay, that's the only time you bring up issues that are happening in the black community. If some other race is doing something against the black community, that is the only time you care about the black community. This is why people see the hypocrisy in it, and why people bring on black and black crime. Because here's the thing: you haven't even solved that problem, right? You haven't even solved that problem. You haven't even brought this problem to light. I see nobody, right, on the left, nobody prominent, okay, on the left, or who touts racism and stuff like that, talk about it and actually try to fix, right, black and black crime, where you're predominantly black people are dying from that, not from cops killing you, not from regular white people killing you. So that's why people see the insanity. Because like, if you don't tout it, if you don't scream racism so much, people will say whatever, right? I mean, like, you know, white people kill white people, black people kill, crime happens. But people see the hypocrisy. Okay, so you do care, right? If a white person, i.e. maybe a white cop, which I will say this, okay, I do agree that cops shouldn't be doing this. Cops shouldn't be harming anybody. They serve the public, but they also see the hypocrisy. You care, because this is the thing where you don't care that, because I don't see no one say that, oh, a cop is harming a white person. I don't see no black person protest that or care about that. I don't see no black person, no leftist, no Democrat care when a white cop harms a white person, right? I don't see none of that. They abuse, white cops or cops abuse everyone, right? Maybe more the black community, but they abuse their power. So what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, the black community only cares, or they publicly, socially, right? I'm not saying, yeah, maybe within the community is different, but socially, that's what I'm saying. It's a different thing, right? So I want to make that a clear distinction. Socially, publicly, they only care when a white person or a white cop harms or, you know, whatever, treats bad anyone of color, particularly someone in the black community. And that is why people bring on, what about black on black crime? Why do you care about the small percentage of those cases, yet you don't care about the larger issue of black on black crime? That's why they were saying, because I've never seen anyone actually give a reason. Why do you care about one, which is in the small minority, but you don't really talk about or care, or seems like you don't care about the majority, what is actually a big problem? Because for me, I've heard more people get harmed by people of their own complexion in real life. Hear more people get harmed by people of their own complexion, and then people are crying or complaining about cops or even white people harming them or mistreating them. So That's why people bring up the hypocrisy.